Hi, Lara Banker here with Banker Creative. I am here today to conclude our three-part series on marketing budgets and to talk about budget allocation per channel. And at this point, you should have done an internal analysis and an audit on your marketing. And you should have also looked at percentage of revenue that you want to allocate towards marketing so that you have an aggregate number of what you'll be spending on your marketing for this year. And that'll be based on changes. I'm sure you're looking at your business plan and your 2020 revenue projections and adjusting those, which means your marketing budget has also been adjusted. So now is the right time to start figuring out how to allocate that in the best way that makes sense for your company. Step one in that process is to look at your analytics. This is the best indicator of future success, is to look at past performance. And granted, the world has changed and there is a lot that is unknown, and things will definitely shift in terms of what's working in marketing. But the best that we can do is take a look at things that have worked in the past and make some decisions based on that data. So pull your Google Analytics, pull your social media advertising, pull Google Ads, whatever it is that you've done, pull that analytics and look at month over month and make some determinations on what's working. And based on that, you can decide what makes the most sense to reinvest into. You can look at things that make sense to cut. But what's important is determine what campaigns are working for your company so that you can make informed decisions on what to do in the future. Second step is to listen to your customers. And this is really important, especially during this time with the pandemic, because everything's changing, right? And your customers are feeling differently than they did a couple of months ago. So this could be formal in terms of a survey. It could be a couple of phone calls to your top customers and ask them a few questions. It doesn't have to be an extensive formal process. But what's important is that you start to understand how your customers might be feeling differently now versus what they were feeling in January. And take this to heart. I think there's a lot of uncertainty, and this is something that is concrete that you can really, hear them out, hear, what is stressing them out, what are their needs now, how has that changed from before, and how can you adjust your marketing budget and where you're allocating that spend based on that conversation. And then it's time, step 3, to choose how to invest that money and which channels make the most sense for you. So if you have a marketing budget of, like $2,000 or $3,000, you're likely going to be just focusing on the organic channels, things like social media and email marketing and maintaining your website and blog and content. If you have more than that, then it's likely going to include paid advertising like Google Ads or social media. The important thing is to make sure that you have a foundation that is solid so that when you are sending people to your website, you have a really great place where they can easily navigate, they can convert, and they can contact you. So take a look at your website, make sure that it is user-friendly. You could send it to a couple of friends and get their feedback. Make sure there's a clear call to action. Make sure that button is really easy to find. And from there, make sure they're getting into a sales funnel. And that's really key to build trust, to give them some freebies, to give them some blog posts, to show that you're the expert, and then ultimately ask them to convert. If you don't have those things, investing into other things like social media and paid advertising is going to be fairly null in terms of its ROI, because you have to be able to convert your audience once you get them to the website, and driving all that traffic to the website without that foundation set is going to be really difficult to get conversions. So if you know your website is set up great and you have a great sales funnel, now is the time to invest into content. So spend your time doing videos, doing blogs, making sure that you're producing pieces that illustrate that you are the thought leader in your industry. Once you do that, then it would be time to really start thinking about sharing that on social media and building the top of the funnel. And that's having a solid audience where you can communicate your value proposition and keep them nurtured so that when they are ready to purchase or work with you, they already have you top of mind because they've engaged with you on social media. So if your website is set up great, you have the sales funnel, you have the content, and you have social media growing and working well, that would be the time to start investing into paid advertising. But without those foundational pieces, the paid advertising isn't going to give you the same ROI. So make sure you do that first. And then if you do want to invest into paid advertising, the main thing that you want to make sure there is that whatever money you're putting into that paid advertising, you're getting back. And you want to be making money, obviously. So make sure that your ROAS is always over 1. You want to make sure that you are growing your profit off of social media ads or Google ads or print advertising or whatever it is that you're doing that's paid. And actually building and growing on that rather than just dumping money on the awareness, which awareness could be a part of it, but at the end of the day, you need that investment of the paid media to be bringing back money for your company. So this concludes our 3-part series on marketing budgets. I would love to chat with you about your budget. If you need a free consultation, we are offering those. You can reach me at lara@bankercreative.com, or you can go to bankercreative.com and take a look at our portfolio and contact us to work with us from there. Thanks for listening.